Hello everyone, welcome to our show, The Talk Tonight, and the topic today is Nepal and its politics. So, I am your host Grishma. When the topic is politics, I have a very wonderful memory. When I was in school, I guess it was back in 8th or 9th grade, slam books, Akka, aka auto books were such huge sensations, and we would like exchange our auto books, fill mine, and my one friend had this really pretty one. It was the fanciest one. It could be unlocked with a small key, and it had like 2 pages for everyone to fill in, and there would be like topics in bold letters, and everyone was supposed to fill in what they felt about the topic. And there was our topic, politics, and I had the habit of reading what everyone else wrote because mine had to be like better than others. And when I read like what everyone else wrote. In politics, everyone wrote the same thing. It was in different handwriting, different colors, and those glitters, of course. But same thing. Everyone wrote the same thing. Politics is a dirty game. I mean, like now I think about it, like what was that? As if a ninth grader knew anything about politics, and as if like we knew anything at all. And few years back in college, when Game of Thrones was such big sensation, I remember Ellen DeGeneres said she said, who does not like good politics and bold scenes, of course. And I was like, that totally makes sense. Why would a sensible person not be interested in politics? I mean, it's totally about public affairs, all about public affairs. Moving on to the topics now, let me brief the political history of Nepal that pretty much everyone us know here. We all know that Prithviraj Saha initiated the unification campaign of Nepal, and how the 5 states of Visirajya and the 3 states of Kathmandu Valley was united into the glorified Kingdom Nepal. And after that, another historical political event was in 1903 when Rana became the Prime Minister of Nepal, and how he established the Rana reign in Nepal that lasted for more than a century. And another remarkable political moment was in 2007 when the political peace movement that people started ultimately led to the fall of Rana reign, and monarchy democracy was introduced in Nepal. After that, there were lots of improvements. Parliament was formed, councils of ministers were formed, the constitution was promulgated, and then again in 2017, King Mahendra declared the Panchayati Vyavastha in Nepal, and he arrested all political leaders, and again the Panchayati Vyavastha ran for ran for a very long time. And in 2036, students movement happened, and which led to the referendum of 2037, which obviously showed the result against the multi-party democracy system. But eventually in 2046, multi-party democracy system was reintroduced in Nepal, and in 2047, King Virendra promulgated the constitution of Nepal. And after that, there were lots of improvements, and then again in 2052, CPN Maoists started their People's War, and after that, it was in 2058, just 19, the tragic incident that left the whole country in a huge tragedy happened. The royal massacre that led to the death of our entire royal family. And after that, our country faced a tragic situation, and it was in 2061 when King Gyanendra took all the state powers, which ultimately led to the Second People's Movement in 2062 and 63. And after that, there was peace agreement between Maoist and Nepal government, and since then there has been elections, Constituent Assembly has been formed. Our Nepal was declared a republican state in just 2065. After being declared a republican state, our country election was held, the Constituent Assembly was formed, and under a lot of intense public pressure, a constitution was A constitution was promulgated in Ashwin 3rd, 2072, and here we stand today, Chaitra 5, 2073, country functioning under republican and a multi-party democracy system. A very small country with a total area of 1,47,187 square kilometers that occupies about 0.03% of the total world, and a very poor country on top of all of that, divided into 7 federal states, of course for better operations, and lots of things going on after so many bloodstains. I think it's high time that people realize that we cannot afford to be on civil wars. We cannot afford to be in conflicts with each other. Now is the high time that all of us come united for our country. Our country has already faced a lot. It has gone through a lot, and people need to understand the political importance. People need to understand that everyone needs to have knowledge about politics. But I think at present situation, what people need, what our country, what the politics of Nepal needs most is public youth, the involvement of the youth, because youth has the power to understand and to make people understand. I think every one of us should feel like everything that is concerned with our country is my cup of tea. I think that feeling should be arise in everyone. Everyone should be interested in politics. And to discuss this matter together, we have a guest in our state. We have a guest in our show tonight, with whom we will be talking after this commercial break. Thank you.
In a country where people are separated by political parties, let's unite that with the industry. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How have you been doing? I know you are doing very, very good because it's Good Saturday and we are with good people around. So I'll be taking you to a boring topic. I know industrial revolution in Nepal. Since I was the last person to enter the group chat, so I had to choose the topic. Anyway, while I went through the videos on industrial revolution and some articles on Google, it's not that boring as well. So you gotta tolerate me for some minutes. I'll not take more than 3 to 4 minutes. So firms are a unit of industry. They are the unit part of an industry, whereas an industry is a combination of firms producing same kinds of goods and services or different. Hence, industry signifies the teamwork. The concept of industrial revolution was first started in England in 1700s. Till reaching the 18th to 19th century, there has been a great change in all aspects in the England and throughout the world due to the industrial revolution. Taking the reference of Nepal, there has been really a lot of political revolutions, but in case of industry, there has not been any considerable or significant change. So here we are to make that change. Taking a short flashback to the Nepal's economic development, we can see that Nepal has always been the agricultural country. The economy of the people depends upon agriculture by 70%, which raises the 37% GDP of Nepal. Whereas surprisingly, only 20% of Nepal is cultivable, whereas around 33% is covered by forest and rest is mountainous. The Tarai lowland region produces the agricultural surplus which feeds the deficit of the hilly region. Whereas the carpets and garments industries has developed in past few years, which now cover up to 70% of merchandise exports. Yeah. We live in a country where every year, every day, the laborers who are active laborers from the age 15 to 49 go abroad in search of employment opportunities. Whereas we have so many prospects in Nepal itself, like in tourism industry, hydroelectricity, and agriculture, that we can employ the active laborers of Nepal and in fact produce some goods and services to export it to outer world as well. But we are always flying abroad. So let's join hands, have a plan and start an industry. For those who say that it's not impossible, it's impossible. We have a living example, Chaudhary Group. Chaudhary Group is Nepal's first multinational company and the first corporate house. It has been enlisted in the Forbes magazine in 2014. Taking it from a small man from a small country with big dreams, if Binod Chaudhary has been able to do it, then why can't we? We just have to dare to dream and make it happen. Unfortunately, until when people does not realize that taking a brick in one hand is more important than taking the political flag in another hand, industrial revolution will only lie in the pages and chats. So, thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Juni. I'm here to talk about Nepalese culture and Western impact. The impact of Western culture has been so increased, and wherever we go, whatever we see, as far as our eye can see, everywhere we can find the Western modes. It made us feel like whether we are here in Nepal or somewhere in other country. Talking about one incident, two girls were walking on the street and they saw each other. They were friends. They hugged each other, they shook their hands and they kissed their cheeks. The other old man walking on the street, he was staring at them. He was saying like what had happened. These days, short skirts and half pants are so normal. We found it so usual. But the model wearing short skirts on low dohri, does it look sound? No, I guess. If I ask her, she would rather prefer to wear half shirts and short. If I ask her, she would rather prefer to wear short pants and leggings. She would say like, Chaubandi Chola has been outdated. We see like English, we talk like English, we walk like English these days. But remember, don't kiss each other at the streets like Hollywood movies, because if cops will find you, then he will penalize you even if you are married. Now talking about Nepali serials, typically they are from Gaon Jivan to Gaon Para nowadays. As most of the people are moving from Gaon to Shahar, then why they love to see or watch that Nepali serials. Rather, they would love to see Indian serials. But if two wives sit together, they just start gossiping about what they dressed up and they just try to copy it. Now, let's talk about the names. Most of the Nepalese have English names nowadays. Typical names like Hari Bahadur, Radhe Radhe has been disappeared. Siddhartha has turned into Sid, and Sandeep, like his name, has turned into Sandeep. Nowadays, we have been so much westernized that we even don't feel like we need to get married. We just live in together, and when we have fights, we just broke up. This is the main westernized thing we are facing nowadays. So guys, identify yourself, be you, find your identity. Thank you.
Good morning. It's an honor to honor all of the beautiful audience right now. I am Richa, and the topic that I'm going to speak on is Kathmandu and its beauty. If we move out of this town, that is Bhairava, Butwal, Pokhara and any other places out of this town, and while we enter and when we come to Thankut, we feel that we are going to come into a dusty, oversized, sandy place, and it's Kathmandu Valley. Today Kathmandu is an accurate reflection of what our behavior is, what our mental state is, what our belief is. But today, Kathmandu's situation is accurate, exactly how mindless we are, how ship-numbing we are, and
This forgot.
Okay, let me take the example 20 years back when we see Kathmandu Valley, it was just the best place, and if we see now, people are just throwing the trash everywhere. Actually, to be honest, like everything that we have in our house, like whatever we throw outside, it is all biodegradable. Before people used to dig the garden and they used to like dig the garden and create the manure, and at least they would used to burn it. But today we just throw everything outside and we resell. Like I also myself, I throw it. If there are no any people around, then I just see here and then I just throw everything on the floor. So it's our bad habit, and we should accept and we should realize it and make the place beautiful. And being a Kathmandu citizen, it is in our blood that we think that we should be blaming others about the present situation, the thing that we are facing right now. But to be honest, it is our own reflection. You and me, we are the grand mirror of the reflection, you know. So we should be trying hard to make this place more beautiful, and staying silent is just not an excuse. We should know what to do to move further, and we just think that we should be waiting for the city to do something for us, but instead asking the question, what is the city going to do for us? We should be asking, what can I do for the city? I think that would be good. So let's get united and make our Kathmandu Valley the most beautiful place in the city. And however it was earlier, let's just turn the clock around and let's do our best to make this place a beautiful one. I don't know what I talked about, but anyways, I did my best. Thank you.
Good morning to all of you ladies and gentlemen present here. I am Luzaw, your host for today's this small event. Of course. Okay, I thank you all for sparing your precious time to attend this event. And the topic I'm gonna talk about is about relationship of Nepal and India. Well, as you may know the topic of how India has treated us is regardlessly the most controversial one. From the days of our old kings to the Jharana regime, and again back to the age of king, India, our closest neighbor, has constantly been abusing us and bullying us in every way they can. Okay, the worst thing about the relationship between India and Nepal is that the political leaders of our country think the relation between India and Nepal is a political issue, and that's where all the problem began. So that's all I want to say. Thank you. Yes, Sangita.
Hello and good morning all of you. I'm Asha and I'm here with my topic technology. And in the current time, we can't even imagine our life without technology. So surrounding us, various technologies are helping us to live our life in a better way and in a very systematic way, I must say. And as we all know that each each things have its positive and negative aspects. So talking about the positive aspects of technology, technology is helping us so much that with technology is helping us in any means such as with cars and bikes. People are reaching anywhere quickly, and technology is saving our time because with computer we can do our work in a lesser time, and it helps us to in our growth as well. And because of technology, most of the people are totally dependent upon technology, because people are depending more on technology rather than on books. So for an example, if we are assigned some works on our school colleges, then we just take out our laptop and started to Google on it rather than searching for books. So it made us totally dependent on technology. So today's society is like faced with the continually growing problem of social media. Like we use cell phones, laptops, and television. So all those stuffs have taken place over the youths in our society and corrupted them into unimaginative and dull robots. So that is the main problem, and mostly we use Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and so on. So talking about the Facebook is merely a factor to drain the intelligence from the teenagers until they are forced to speak in instant messaging like LOL, OMG, and all that stuff. So to stop calamity like this from happening, there is only one option, and that is to avoid social media. This is completely impossible, and we can't even take a sip of coffee without opening our Facebook, Instagram. So it is impossible. So technology has played a great role in our life. Thank you.
Hello, hi and namaste. I'm Jharana, and today I'm here to talk about LGBT rights in Nepal. Does any one of us know what's the full form of LGBT?
Lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender.
Yeah, you're correct. So LGBT stands for L stands for lesbian, G stands for G stands for gay, B stands for bisexual, and T stands for transgender. So listening to this word makes us uncomfortable, but we should not be uncomfortable about it. We should be open-minded and talk about it. Talking about Nepal is one of the most progressive country in the context of this. Not only in South Asia but also globally. Nepal has recognized LGBT rights as fundamental rights in its new constitution. So we can say that Nepal is progressing very vastly in this context. However, I want to share one incident. Some years ago, Nepali director he committed suicide. His suicide came both a shock and a reminder to narrow-minded intolerance of Nepalese society. He chose this step not because of his desire, but because he could not fit into society's perception of being normal. This was not a suicide, but was a murder by us the Nepalese society. Imagine all of us are one of those people. How would we feel? How would we tackle those problems, those threats, and those injustices which are not even our fault? How would we feel when we walk down the street and see people laughing at us, pointing fingers at us, staring at us, and talking about us? Obviously, we won't feel good, will we? So why are we doing this to them? We should make this world a better place to live on. Usually after saying this kind of public awareness thing, people nod their head and clap their hands. But when they get outside of this room, then they are the one who talks about them and makes fun of them. It is important for us to understand that supporting gay rights does not make us inhuman. Like supporting for animal rights doesn't make us animal. So let's not just nod our head and nod our head and implement it, and let's make this world a better place to live on, because everything is beautiful, everything has its own purpose, and everything in this world is beautiful. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Shristi Nepal. My name, Shristi Nepal, it easily shows my nationality, Nepal. So people ask me, oh, you're a Nepali? One day I was thinking what exactly being a Nepali is. I googled and found a statement in Wikipedia that says Nepali or Nepalese may refer to anything of, from or related to Nepal. No, I was not satisfied with this. It just explains that being Nepali is belonging to a piece of land between India and China. That's not the definition of we Nepalese. We Nepalese are the brave people with lots of patience, who are laborious and benevolent. We are sympathetic and also courageous. We Nepalese are hardworking, frank, and yes, the happiest. We are family people. We love our family. The smile, the happiness of our family becomes our own happiness. We Nepalese belong to Nepal, a small yet beautiful land of diversity, a home to different religions, cultures, and languages. We Nepalese have Mount Everest as our roof. We belong to the land of Gautam Buddha, the light of Asia. Do you guys want to know something fun?
Yes.
We are Nepalese and we love gossiping. It's so much fun, right? No? Yes. And there's another interesting, fun thing related to Nepali. We don't stand in queues, do we? Like, have you ever stood in a queue to board a bus or metro? No, right? We just do push and pull like a magnet. There's a song. Yeah, we're like that. We Nepalese and our daily life is a hassle. Look at everything, the roads, the air, the pollution, oh my god. Finally, load shedding has reduced. It's over in Kathmandu, and hopefully whole Nepal will be free of load shedding very soon. And we're also very talkative. And we wish for an easy way of life. Yeah, we are hardworking, but yeah, it's fun if life is easy. So let's talk about Nepalese youth. Rather than schools and colleges, we Nepalese youth believe in preparation classes and extra tuition centers. You guys must be aware that our best students serves the West, because normally the best students always go abroad and they serve there. And we Nepalese love Bollywood, Hollywood, and Koreans, I guess. They are so very cute. but we also respect our culture and we love Nepalese also. I believe we are Nepali, 100% Nepali in our values and mentality. We Nepalese are enthusiastic in learning and adopting the progressive socio-economic, scientific and technological values from other foreign cultures. And yes, we are always smiling and we will always smile. There is so much positivity in us. Trust me, we Nepalese are so good. So let's celebrate being a Nepali. Jai Nepal.
So hello everyone, my name is Ashutosh. Okay. And on to the next phase of our speech. After the before I start part, I'd like to start this speech by stating the geek's definition of gossip. Gossip is anything unconstrained or unconstrained report or conversation that is not confirmed as true, unconstrained being as something that is not binded, and in other words, it can simply also be called as rumor or tale or stories. If I had a say on this, I would say that gossip is just the kind of talking performed by women. On to the next topic. We certainly know that women gossip. So what do they gossip about mostly? Mostly they gossip about women who are better than them in many possible ways. women who have bigger chest than them, who have bigger figure than women who have better body than them, women who are better in fashion than them. And secondly, they talk about the wrongdoings of someone else. And rarely they talk about themselves and materialistic things. So why do women gossip? Even they don't know why they gossip. So what do women do with gossip? Comparing it with men, they are on the turf. Women are on the turf where men cannot even reach. If a woman sees a girl and a boy together, they are going to stretch the point. They are going to, in a gossip, they are going to stretch about it so much that the girl can now be killed and raped by the boy or even commit suicide by herself. Okay, getting onto a practical example. If they see this bottle and this cup together, they start saying this cup is made up of a glass and this bottle is made of plastic. They can never be together, so let's separate them. They are not meant to be together as per the society. This is what they gossip about honestly, and they stretch it to the point, and women and men are more straightforward with their points. If you see women talking, they go round and round the point. So if you see women gossiping, you'll see them gossiping about a point, and you'll see them even failing to make the point. They'll go round and round the point and never even make the point. What does gossiping do to women? It has both advantages and disadvantages. Advantage being the person they gossip with, it strengthens their relationship with the person they gossip with. Apparently, exchanging words makes them feel secure with the person they are gossiping with. And next, the disadvantage. Gossiping has many disadvantages, especially in context of Nepal. If you see women gossiping in Nepal, you'll see them that in most cases they are trying to hurt others' reputation or intentions, like talking about the neighbor's family, what they do, what kind of lifestyle they perform, and their culture. How they, if you talk about Hindu, they'll start bragging about how Nevaris have buff and all that, gossiping about it, and they will talk about this very topic unless the reputation of the subject is turned to dust. Next disadvantage on a grand scale. Let's talk about it on a grand scale. In Nepal, more than half the population of Nepal consists of women. Imagine, even if only half of these women sit down and start gossiping, what happens if they stop all their works and start gossiping? It hinders the progress of the country. Instead of gossiping, they could very much utilize their time talking, doing other things like anything that they are good at. It will help in the country's economy on a very large scale. So it can be concluded that gossiping can be good sometimes, unless it is meant to harm others. Thank you all for listening to me.
Hello and a very warm good morning to all the ladies and gentlemen present here. I am Sangita, Dr. Starter. And today I am present here to say something about the entrepreneurship. In today's scenario, many of us are interested to become an entrepreneur. And many of us have different view about the entrepreneurship. Some of us may say that entrepreneurship is a journey which has to be completed with the patience and the confidence, as well as some of us will say that it is a way of solving the problem, which is finding a solution which is around us. While in my view, entrepreneurship is the capacity and willingness to organize, manage and develop business ventures along with its risk and reward in order to make a profit. While talking about entrepreneurship, I'd like to say that entrepreneur is a important character. While entrepreneur is an individual who runs the business, taking in mind both the risk of our business in order to make the profit. The entrepreneur can be regarded as the business leader, innovator of new ideas, and the basic reward of entrepreneur are. It is the personal satisfaction that comes from having the freedom to make our own business rules and regulations. Well, one of the obvious example of entrepreneurship is starting a new business. To be a good entrepreneur, we need some of the characteristics like we have to be self-confident. We should have self-confidence as well as we should have good communication skills. We should be self-motivated and self-motivated. While entrepreneur can be a sole proprietor or the person that have maximum shares in any business venture. Well, at last, I would like to say that people who are interested in starting a new business should understand that successful entrepreneurship involves much more than a great concept. Thank you.
Hello, hi to everyone. I'm Sandeep and today I'm here to introduce you to a very common and interesting topic, fashion. So, fashion is a part of our individual life which express our feelings or our culture. Fashion means from footwear, accessories, furniture, dress up, makeup to our body language. Fashion helps to express our feelings and emotions to other people. Fashion is considered a part of our life because it's a way of self-expression. So at last, I want to say that fashion is to introduce ourselves to others. So at last, I want to say that fashion mostly refers to the fashion one at a particular time. Thank you.